Hey, welcome to a little video of Ike and Monty, kind of our year in review. We figured without the annual meeting, as business as usual, we would do something a little different and give you maybe a little synopsis of what we would have said at the annual meeting if it would have been normaler. So, first of all, in a youth ministry aspect, a lot of things were canceled in 2020, just kind of the way it went, but we still persevered and moved on. Our youth ministry motto, whether you know this or not, is you can do it, we can help. And the you can do it is you all as parents, you can do it, and we as the church, we can help. I was challenged during the COVID pandemic to possibly change things during youth ministry. If there's ever anything you wanted to change, like maybe now is the time to do it and try something new. And so we are making a slight shift in youth ministry. Parents, and it always has been this way, but parents, it's your job to be discipling your kids. And so we as a church want to help you more with that. And by doing that, we've made some little changes in the rudder that hopefully make big changes in the end. Me personally, in the years that I've done youth ministry, we haven't been seeing great fruit past high school. It's just the way it is, but I'm not okay with it. And neither is our leadership. I think we can do better. And so we've made some changes for Wednesday night. Right now, we're trying to get it so that for Wednesday night, it's a family affair. From 0 to 100, we have something for you. And so right now, if you were to tune in on Wednesday night, there's something there for everyone. And parents are reading the Bible to their kids, and kids are interacting and asking parents questions and vice versa. And it's been great so far. We're still going to have some student events as we are allowed to with CDC and other restrictions. More on that as the time goes on. We're also going to try to be better with parents in the future. And by better, I mean more supportive, more asking, how can we help, more resources. I just think that the more well-rounded we all are as parents, the better off we will be at parenting and discipling our own kids. Junior and senior hires, we're still going to give experiences or opportunities to experience God. We're going to shoot for things doing together. We're still going to have some get-togethers. Camp is still going to happen this year. So that's kind of a synopsis of what's coming at us. More on the real particulars as time goes on. A few quick thank yous. First of all, parents, thanks for your patience this year. I know lots of things canceled. Lots of things went sideways and weird. But thanks for your patience with me, your comfortability with our slow getting back into it. I know legally we could be meeting right now, but I just don't feel great about it. And teenagers aren't real great about distancing and masks and leaving each other alone and not giving each other piggyback rides and high fives. So we have been distant for a reason. Another thank you is to Travis, Amy, and Tara. Those three have been helpful with our youth ministry for a few years. Travis is a great thinker and yet a feeler. Amy is great about logistics, and it's been great having her as administrative assistant and helping with youth ministry, getting words out and things like that. Tara is a great helper, all hands on deck, and she just loves junior hires, and that's a really great task because a lot of people love junior hires. Sometimes I question if I do. But anyways, the very last thank you is to our elders. Our elders have pushed me this year in a few ways, and it's been great to be pushed, and so thank you to our elders. They've done good things in a year that's been kind of chaotic. So that's the year of youth ministry. Monty.
Yeah, so I moved to Rochester at the end of last February, and I had been in Rochester for about an hour that day before Rodney Allen showed up at my apartment complex with a whole cavalry of people.
Yeah.
Is that how you say? I always think Calvary, like where Jesus was crucified, and Calvary.
Stop talking.
Anyway, so Rodney showed up at my apartment with a bunch of people to help me get unpacked and to get settled in, and from that point on, you all have been so helpful and welcoming as I've gotten here and just gotten settled at the church and in town and everything like that, and I'm grateful to all of you for that. Just a few weeks after I got here, obviously our entire world changed, and since then, this year was not what any of us expected when I first got here, but I'm so incredibly grateful for all of you, just for how you welcomed me in and made sure I've had everything that I needed. Just a couple weeks after COVID hit, it was my birthday, and even though everything was shut down and nothing was going on, Rick and Dorothy had me over to their house. Dorothy baked me a cake for my birthday because they wanted to make sure that I could still celebrate my birthday even though the world had stopped spinning at that point. And
Monty, Dorothy is making me a lot of cake. A lot of cake.
So you're saying I'm going to hook you one day?
Maybe.
Okay.
You're lucky enough.
and those are just some examples of just how you all have been so welcoming to me, and so thank you to all of you for what you've done with that. Towards the end of 2020 and the beginning of this year, Amy transitioned out of her role as office administrator here at the church, and we've almost forgiven her for doing that to us. Because she's getting near the end of her degree program that she's in, and right before she left, she was super helpful in helping us find her replacement, which was above and beyond what she was required to do. And she helped us bring Whitney Peters on board to take her place, and she just started here in the last couple weeks. And so we're grateful for Amy for all the work she did while she was our office administrator, the work she did to help prepare Whitney to hit the ground running. And we're really excited to have Whitney here with us and making Isaac and I look a lot smarter than we are. Even when we weren't able to gather together for regular meetings or get to be here in the building on Sunday mornings because of COVID, especially over the summer, the spring and the summer, I want you all to know that your elders continue to look for ways to grow and to be better equipped to serve in the role that they have here at the church. We worked through a couple of different studies over the course of that time. They attended a virtual conference on eldership here at the church, and that was an opportunity that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for COVID. If it wasn't for COVID, we would have had to have traveled 8 hours to be able to attend that conference, but instead we could just watch it from here. And so that was a really neat thing. And with that too, I've been leading, and some of you participated in, a Sunday school class through 1st and 2nd Timothy and Titus. And that was an intentional choice by our elders for that to be the first Sunday school class we went back to having for adults in person, once it was safe for us to do that. Your elders are passionate about raising up the next generation of leaders. They're very aware of the fact that they're not going to live forever, and they want Marion to have good leaders in place beyond them. And so they wanted us to do this study through Paul's letters to coworkers, giving Paul's wisdom for ministry and leadership in the church so that we as an entire church body, not just as the elders, could be thinking about what it looks like to love and serve God's people. And we're hoping to be able to continue to do that into the next year to raise up leaders here in the church. Like Dennis announced a couple Sundays ago, we're beginning the process to look to hire a full-time children's minister in 2021. We've had a lot of conversations with the elders, with the church board, and as a staff on what that position might look like, what kind of person we would need to fill that role, and what those duties would be, and things like that. And we're all really excited about that process, about what it's going to mean for us, and how it's going to be able to propel Marion forward. We are blessed here at this church with a lot of great people who have done a lot of really good work with our kids on a volunteer basis, and we're by no means trying to get rid of them, but we think hiring a full-time person to move into this role is just going to supercharge the great work that they've already been doing. I also want to thank our tech team for just a lot of hard work that they've put in this year, and hopefully we're going to continue to grow and improve in that over the next year. Kim Pease and Lonnie Williams and Gene Peters and Ron Petrovics especially, and others as well, have put in a lot of work. Some of that you guys see if you're here in the building on Sunday morning. You see the fruit of it if you're watching the live stream of a worship service, but you don't see the hours they're here during the week to make sure to troubleshoot stuff and make sure it all works, and so that you can participate in worship with us, whether you're here in the building with us or watching it from home. And so I want to thank them for all the work they've put in this year. We've come a long ways from, a year ago we were only able to live stream the sermon in the worship service, and then we had to go to figuring out how to do the entire worship service, and then we went to, okay, how can we make it so you can actually see the song lyrics while we're doing the worship service? And then they've progressed and got new equipment and new software so that now we can see the song lyrics on the screen instead of having to have a screen of screens so everyone can see song lyrics and slides and things like that. And they've done a lot of hard work that's been worth it so that we can all still worship together in the midst of this virus. And hopefully going forward, in a world post-COVID, that's a great way for us to be able to reach out to new people who are curious about church and what Marion has to offer. They can connect with us through those means in the future. Again, I am so grateful to all of you for your patience during this really strange year and your support of the ministry that's going on here at Marion, even when that ministry is happening digitally instead of in person and things like that. I think I speak for Isaac as well, and I say it's an honor for us to get to serve here and to be a part of what God's doing here, and I really look forward to get to continue in doing that in the year ahead. So thank you, and we love you guys, and